It's that time of year again, E3. And this year, Microsoft are having their E3 press conference at the Microsoft Theatre in Los Angeles on 10th of June at 1 p.m. Pacific time or 9 p.m. in the UK. I'm going to give you my predictions of what I think will happen. So let's talk about games first. And the first game I'll talk about is Halo 6. Now, it was 2015 we last seen Halo 5, and 343 are obviously working on it, so I wouldn't be surprised that they show gameplay and launch it somewhere between October and November of 2018. It's not likely to be pushed to the Q1, Q2 of 2019 because this game traditionally is a holiday game, and I think with the lack of games that's coming out, it would be crazy not to, well, at least announce it, but ideally have it this Christmas. The next game I'm going to talk about is Forza Horizon 4. We're all pretty much sure that this is coming out this year. The question is, where will it be set? Earlier in the year I'd heard that it might have been Japan, and I heard rumours recently that it might be the UK. Both of those locations seem quite good, but I think it's quite important that they put some more work into making it feel a bit different than the previous ones, because 3 really wasn't that much different than 2 or even 1, and I feel they need to bring something to make it fresh and feel like the first game. The next game I'm going to talk about is Fable 4. There has been rumours that it's being worked on, but there has been plenty of rumours before to say that they might have been making it. It would be a good time considering that there's no real exclusive RPGs for the Xbox, and the Xbox is definitely needing games at the moment, so it would be an ideal fit. I definitely think it needs a bit more modernisation, but staying true to its original roots. I would expect them to maybe even have up to 4-player co-op with the sort of direction that a lot of Microsoft games are going. Hopefully no microtransactions, but that would be something that would be welcomed, and I wouldn't be surprised if they showed it off at this year's press conference. Other games that I expect to see there would be Ori and the Will of the Wisps. We've seen the teaser trailer last year's E3, and Crackdown, nobody really has seen too much of that, and it's been constantly delayed, but I would be amazed if they didn't show that. Maybe they've been working on some stuff that would make it seem much better than it has been from what we've seen, but that should be there. We'll probably see Tomb Raider. I know obviously they had the exclusive deal last time, which this time I don't think they don't have it because of PlayStation 4 and PC, but I wouldn't be surprised that's there. You'll see other third-party stuff, possibly like Anthem from EA. I would expect it to be some new AAA IPs, maybe 2 or 3. Some of those might be in places that they might be lacking in. Games like something like Horizon, some sort of RPG, depending if Fable is going to be announced. I think they might show some games that have been timed exclusive just for the Xbox, with stuff that Phil Spencer's previously said. I don't think we're going to get all-out exclusives of big, well-known third-party stuff. If we did see that, then he would be going back on his words. So I wouldn't be surprised we see something that's very popular being 6 months, a year timed exclusive, like we've seen with Tomb Raider. There might be some sort of announcement of a requirement of a studio. I wouldn't imagine it'd be too big, but that would be another way they could get games and drum up some excitement. But I'm not 100% sure how they're going to do it with the games, because I can't see how they are going to surprise us. So that's sort of what's exciting, I would say, about the potential of the games section. I think we'll see something about the original Xbox, maybe even 360 backwards compatibility, but the original Xbox especially. I know we're not going to have the full amount that the 360 is going to have, but I would imagine, considering there's not too many, they might put like a block amount of like 40 titles or something all in one go, or they might tie that into Game Pass and release one every second week or something and put it on there or something. I'm not quite sure, but I feel they have to add some more and sort of make it more known. It doesn't even seem to be too much on the dashboard, so they'll do something. And on that, I think Game Pass also will see quite a lot of that pushed, whether it be in the trailers, like at the bottom it'll be saying you can get this day one with Game Pass, and a lot of that sort of stuff, because I feel they'll want to push into that quite a bit. On that, we might see stuff like avatars, which is coming up, so they might be pushing that quite a bit, and I don't know, with them being reanimated in a new engine, if that will mean we're going to get a lot of avatar type games. I know there's no Kinect, there might be VR, so they might be part of that as well. And on that, we'll talk about VR. I think VR is a tricky one, but I think it will be coming. I think it was 2 years ago they mentioned VR, they had a little segment, so I think it might be Xbox One X only. That would be a way to get round the whole, it's more powerful but we can't really develop games for it. It would suit because you wouldn't be making games too low for the original Xbox, so I wouldn't be surprised that's how they focus their VR. The next thing would be headsets. Now, originally, a couple of years back, everyone's going, well, it must be Oculus or Vive or something like that, or will they make their own? Now we've got the Windows mixed reality headsets. I'm pretty sure that they will be wanting to push that sort of thing, so I do not see any sort of deal with Oculus or Vive. I would think that rather than saying, right, all of these Windows mixed reality headsets work on the Xbox, it'll probably be based on that architecture, but branded Xbox. And I wouldn't even be surprised that the Xbox One works with the PC, probably with some sort of dongle that they can charge extra for, but it essentially is the mixed reality headsets. So that's my thought, and then you might tie that into avatars. So if these avatars are quite, they move about and stuff, you might find that you could have like a Netflix app or something, and you can see your friend on the virtual sofa as their avatar or something. So that's why I'm thinking they've probably done that. So I wouldn't be surprised there's some sort of, not like a PlayStation Home, I doubt they'll go that much, but in certain games or apps or something in VR, I think they might push that sort of thing, and that's why we might be seeing them, because other than that, I do not know why you would make avatars. It doesn't really seem to make any sense, unless you've got some sort of idea where you're going to manipulate them, and the last time we've seen that was with Kinect. So that's why I'm thinking VR and avatars might be linked, but we'll have to see. So leading on from the VR hardware, we could look at the console. I don't see any redesigns of the Xbox. They could possibly make the S smaller if they maybe incorporated some of the stuff they did to the Xbox, but I highly doubt it. But what they might do is make the Xbox One X in white. Whether it's too early, I'm not sure. It certainly would look cooler and more modern, I would think. I think the reason they didn't do it last time was with one being white, one being black. It was much easier for a lot of people who weren't sure, especially with the size of them, which was the powerful one and which wasn't. I'm sure over, this year or next year, we will see at least a white variant, because people grabbed the concept of the X. versus the S, but whether it's announced, I'm not sure. What there might be is a new Xbox Elite controller though. This is quite a few years old now, very good, quite expensive, but there are rumours of a new one, and that could have things like new battery charging, it could have new wireless connections. I think what they will definitely do is change the look of it, because as you can see in this one, you've got to see this silvery part, that's of the old design. If you look at the new controllers, they have one piece of plastic, and that's including on the ones that you can design yourself in the design lab or studio or whatever it's called. So I would imagine that this costs more money, and that's why they started making them out of singular plastic shells. So I would imagine it would look more like this. Again, if we get a white one, a white X, you might see a white version of this. But I think looks will be a bit different. Could be USB-C. I'm not sure, but I think there will be a new one of these, I would think. So that's something I think will be announced. What I would love to see would be a portable Xbox. I highly doubt this is going to happen, but something like the Switch would be great to get your achievements on the go, and for me personally, to finish more games off while I've got time in places that's not in my house or whatever. It would be a great idea. You could take a couple of views on this, like things like Phil Spencer's promotion. He would have more sway over Xbox, and maybe even on pushing other hardware. They have got Division that does the Surface and the Surface Pro, but if you look at things like the failure of the Zune and Windows Mobile and just the amount of risk, I don't see it happening at all, but it would be a great thing if it happened. So that's my thoughts of what's going to happen this year. Let me know your E3 ideas in the comments below. And remember, if you like the Xbox, then please subscribe to my channel. It really helps keep the channel going, and a big thanks to everyone who's subscribed so far.